A strong back will help you move better. There are lots of great exercises you can do to improve back strength. I'll show you 5 exercises that can be done from either a seated position or a standing position. Of course, if you have specific or personal needs to be addressed, please be sure to consult your doctor. Our first exercise is a hip hinge. From a seated position, sit forward in your chair, chest up tall, shoulders back and down, and your feet are anchored underneath your knees. Put your hands on your thighs. We'll hinge forward from our hip. Keep your spine lengthened. Push through the heels of your feet and return to a nice tall position. Another option is to reach your arms out in front and then draw back in. Let's do that one more time. We're reaching out and not down, and come back in. If you choose to do this from a standing position, come beside your chair so you have it for support if you'd like it. Feet are a comfortable distance apart. Chest is up tall, shoulders back and down, and again, we hinge from our hip, bringing our hands down towards our knees. Hips are going back, not down. Squeeze through your glutes and return to a nice tall position. Let's do that one more time. Great. Our second exercise adds on to the hip hinge. So I'll stay in a standing tall position. Let's move into our hip hinge, whether you're seated or standing. Hold your position. Let your elbows come out to the side. Think about drawing your elbows up and back. Squeeze the skin around your spine. Release your arms down. Push through your feet. Sit tall or stand tall. Let's do that again. From a seated position, I make sure my chest is up nice and tall first, and then I hinge from my hip. Elbows open out and back, down, and then I push and I return tall. I reset my posture, and we'll do that one more time. Our third exercise, simple and so effective. Let me turn towards the front here. Just sit in a comfortable position. Chest is up tall, posture is always important. Elbows are at 90 degrees. We're gonna lift our elbows out to the side. Push forward, pull back, squeeze the skin around your spine, and then push your elbows down. And let's do that again. And then how would we do that from a standing position? We'd stand. That's it. Doesn't have to be hard to be effective. You choose what's right for you. Let's do one more. Push forward, pull back, and squeeze down. Great, release that out. Our next exercise is a single arm row. I'm standing, so I guess I'll stay there. So a couple things you can do. You can start with your feet a comfortable distance apart. Hip hinge, that seems to be the theme of our day. Think about your left hand. I'm gonna put my right hand on my thigh, my left arm's down. I'm gonna row my elbow back and rotate my spine so that my heart turns towards the front of the room or towards you, and then I'm gonna release back and down. So I'm gonna pull elbow back, slight rotation, and then I return back to center. One more time. Good. Let's push up here. A slight variation that might affect our balance just a little bit. Take your left toe back. 90% of my weight's in my right leg. Again, I'm gonna hinge. My left foot is just a little kickstand, and then I'm gonna row and rotate. Excellent. We'll stop here. We'll come up nice and tall, and we'll bring our left foot in. From a seated position, again, feet are a comfortable distance apart. I like taking my right hand, putting it on my left thigh, and then hinging forward. Same thing, I'm gonna draw my elbow up and back and rotate my heart towards the front of the room, towards you, and then back towards my knees. Rotate and release. And we'll just do that one more time. All right, come back up to a nice tall position. Of course, we got to do that on the other side. So let me turn this way just to give you a different angle to see. I'm going to take my left hand, put it on my right thigh, hinge forward, choose the depth that's right for you, and then draw your elbow up and back, rotate your heart, and then come back to center. Now sometimes I say rotate my heart, but it's like I'm thinking about bringing my sternum or my chest towards the side of the room and then return. From a standing position, I can keep my feet in a nice comfortable position, hip hinge, row. Draw your shoulder blade in towards your spine and release. And then our option for a little kickstand. Watch your chair. Hip hinge, row. That gives me a little bit of balance for sure. Woo! And then release. Return tall, and then step back in. Last exercise is spinal flexion and extension. So from a standing position, hands are on your thighs. Just sit your hips back slightly, and then tuck your tailbone round your spine, shoulders come out and over, like you're making a C shape with your spine. And then push your tail back, lengthening your spine. Push through your feet and stand tall. And we'll do that again. I sink first. I round. My hands come down around my knees. I bring my hands back to my thighs as I lengthen, and then I push. So from a standing position, I definitely feel this in my legs as well. But the body works together as a unit, right? From a seated position, I just place my hands on my thighs, start with great posture. Then I'll hinge forward. I'll round. My hands can come down over my knees. I draw back in, lengthen spine, and I push to a nice tall position. Few things to think about. Move gently. You don't have to overextend or overflex in any one position. Just find healthy movement for your spine. Excellent. A strong back is the result of a well-rounded exercise program. Start with 8 repetitions of each exercise, perhaps a couple of days a week.